Time to update you on the Women's Super 50 Cup, which had a full slate of 3 matches as round 2 was completed just over an hour ago in St. Kitts and Nevis. Barbados scored their second win of the tournament, defeating Windward Islands in the feature match at Warner Park. The Knight Twins again top scored, with Kaisia getting 63 and Kaishona 51 to lead the Bajans to 181 in 43.3 overs. Pearl Etienne and Janelia Glasgow were the best Windward's bowlers with 2 for 22 and 2 for 24 respectively. Guyana Cumberbatch with 3 for 20 and Alia Elaine 2 for 13. The captain helped to dismiss the Windward Islands for 125 in 30.5 overs, with Ashleen Edward getting 31, a classy looking 31 by the way, and Apple Fletcher 29 as Barbados won by 56 runs. Jamaica failed to follow Barbados in securing their second win of the tournament, losing to Guyana by 8 wickets at the St. Paul's Sports Complex. Rihanna Liana Grimman stroked a 131 ball 72 and Mandy Mangrew 60 from 114 deliveries as the two shared a 109 second wicket partnership to push the Guyanese to 178 for 2 to win with 17 deliveries to spare. Earlier, Jamaica, who were without Stefanie Taylor, were dismissed for 175 in 47.4 overs, thanks to 3 for 16 from Flafiana Millington and 2 for 27 from Wendy's all-rounder Shabika Gajnabi. Veteran Shadeen Nation 32 and Nisha and Waysam 29 were the top scorers. And over at Connery Sports Complex, Trinidad and Tobago completed a 4-wicket win over the Leeward Islands. The Leewards, after winning the toss, were dismissed for 188 in 45.3 overs, with Renice Boy stroking an 84 ball 76 against 4 for 27 from Mariah's favourite spinner, Amrita Ramtahal. Brittany Cooper with 72 from 107 deliveries, and Leanne Kirby 41 not out led TNT to 190 for 6 to win with 15 deliveries to spare. Jazara Claxton was the best Leeward Islands bowler with 2 for 29. So your favourite bowler doing well again, Mariah?
Are you trying to create problems in my house?
No.
Do you know what my sister does?
I don't know what is in your house.
My sister spins too.
Oh.
So, but it's good to see. Amrita really caught my attention, and for me, and Karishma says it all the time in her interviews, it's her role now as a captain to, of course, assist these youngsters. She really wants that when the senior players steps away, that there is, top-class players.
Hopefully no time soon.
Yeah, for sure, and I've said that before with a lot of fear in my heart. But yes, Ricardo, they want to ensure, and the thing for me is like, Amrita getting the opportunity to play alongside an Anisa Mohammed. We know what Anisa would have done during her time playing for the West Indies. And, having Anisa in this squad also assists the youngsters. They can always say, Amrita can say later on, like, she played alongside Anisa Mohammed. And again, I know as much as Karishma is the captain, she has conversations with these senior players. Look at what Brittany Cooper did today.
Yeah.
I mean, and we always say this, on Brittany Cooper's best day, she's capable of things like this. Today she scored 72 runs. So really good to see the TNT, do they call them the Red Force?
I don't think so.
I think it's the Divas. I think that's what it's called, but that's not the point. Happy to see Trinidad and Tobago.
I haven't seen officially from Cricket West Indies them using names. It's just Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Guyana,
because there was
Barbados,
a time they were the Red Force
Leewards
Divas.
and Windwards, yeah.
Yeah, good to see them picking up a win today, and Leeward will feel very, very disappointed that they got the loss. Barbados again, very strong in this competition, back-to-back wins for them. Happy to see the Knight sisters among the runs for them. And then Jamaica without a Stefanie Taylor. Is that the narrative? No Steph, no win?
Yeah, it's a tough one, and I spoke about it. When Stefanie Taylor is in that setup, it's a significantly better setup. And you saw the difference today, bowled out for 175. In the last match, they got over 220 with Stefanie getting 49. But when I saw it, the concern for me was, oh my gosh, is she okay? Because we know she is coming off injury. Yeah. We know that she's had injury issues in the last few years, and she's worked really hard to get to where she is. but from what I'm understanding, it seems to be an issue of load management. So it is unlike, well, she's definitely not going to be playing all the games in the tournament, and it seems as if this was one of those rest days for her. As to how many games she will actually play, not sure, but I guess it will be about monitoring her, seeing how her body is responding to playing the matches, to being out there, to batting long periods. But as I said, I was impressed with what I saw from her in the last game. It's the most freedom I've seen her bat with in quite a while. So I found that encouraging. And in the post-match interview that she did, because she was named player of the match, she did say as well that she is okay. She is much better than she was last year when we saw her last at the T20 World Cup. So all good news there. And if managing Stefanie Taylor means that Jamaica will not defend their title, but West Indies will benefit from having a fit and informed staff for the World Cup qualifiers, then I would say that is a win-win for the West Indies women's team.
Yeah, I won't comment on that one, but okay, because you're the Jamaican here. So if you're taking a Windies win over a Jamaican
yeah, every day of the week, when it comes on to cricket, it's all about the West Indies, and it's all about what is in the best interest of the West Indies. And what is in the West Indies' best interest is that Stefanie Taylor is fit and able to play every single game of the World Cup qualifiers coming up in April.
Yeah, and some other standout performances today. Rilana.
Yeah, before you even get to that, I was actually quite impressed with the Knight twins. I've actually always been a fan of them, and I know they've gotten opportunities over time, but I've always wondered why they've not gotten more opportunities, because I've always felt there is potential there. They both hit the ball pretty big.
Yes.
Before, we have players now who hit the ball pretty big at will. But yeah, they batted pretty well today for Barbados and gave them a shot, and then they were able to dismiss the Windward Islands. The captain, Zayla James, will be very disappointed, pulling a rank long hop to deep mid-wicket. Hitting into the breeze. The shot was a little bit disappointing. She was on 2 from 8 deliveries. But Barbados putting a quality performance, and you have to give them credit. And now they are 2 from 2. Now they are in pole position to go on and win the title. Now the rest of the field will be chasing them. Yeah, someone will have to beat them to have a chance. But I get the impression, right, because I think in the past, in these regional tournaments, whichever team has Deandra Dottin, Hayley Matthews, or Stefanie Taylor with a Chanel Henry and a Natasha McLean are massive favourites to win the tournament. Now that the tournament does not have Matthews, there is no Chanel Henry, there is no Deandra Dottin.
There's an in and out Steph.
And Stefanie Taylor will not be playing every match. I think the playing field is level. And so I think you will see a more competitive race for the title this time around. Yeah,
and I was making the point, as you mentioned, and this would feed off of what you said about the Knight sisters, Rilana Grimmon and Mandy Mungru among the runs today for Guyana. And one of the things I personally want to see at the end of this competition is our women putting their hands up when it comes to batting. I think when we look at the West Indies women's squad, I think we have, you know, fairly sufficient bowlers that can get the job done. My issue with the Windies women team is batting throughout the competition. Like if a Hayley doesn't fire, and I always say it, I feel like we don't get the runs as we usually do. We know what Deandra Dottin can do, and of course Kiana Joseph. Now Kiana didn't have a good game today. Also very disappointed in you, Kiana. But I'm hoping that she can come back again and, you know, put up the type of runs we expect. But good to see Rilana Grimmon. I just want to single her out, getting that 72. And I'm hoping that throughout the competition, she can, 1, stay consistent, and 2, convert one of these 70s into a century.
Yeah, and it's true. You want to see that, because the truth is, if you're unable to get big runs at this level, then you're going to struggle at the international level.
Yeah.
And yes, you want to see that the players who are currently in the West Indies setup actually step up and get a lot of runs. Kiana Joseph would be one of those.
She was run out today.
Yeah, well, I almost said no shocker there, but I won't say it.
Well, you just did, kind of.
There's also Zeta James. You want to see those players getting runs because they are in the setup, and you want for those players to own their respective places by dominating the regional competition. But I think it's been a pretty decent start. The two matches I've watched closely, the Jamaica-Trinidad match on Monday, and today the Windward Islands game against Barbados, I saw some decent cricket. Still a lot of improvement to be made, but I feel as if the game in the region, the women's game in the region, has come a long way in recent years. And while it is not at the level that I would like to see, I definitely feel as if I can sit and I can watch these games and I'm not thinking this is unwatchable. I'm sitting, I'm watching, I'm enjoying, and I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah, and one of the things also that's really good is that, you know, the women are batting out the number of overs.
The 50 overs,
yeah.
Even if they're doing so slowly.
Yeah, I'll take that because, you know, one of the issues I'd always have when I sit here to analyze a 50-over match for the females it would always start with, why didn't we battle the 50 overs?
Right.
What's the problem?
It's not just the females.
So
it's not just the females.
You can wrap on that note. I think that's a note to wrap on.
Let's go to break. Let's not start talking about that.